Haha, welcome. It is August 21st. It is a Thursday. This is Liberty Freeman giving you the wacky news of the day. First up, we've got in Melbourne, Florida. Folks are like up to their hips in water. Actually, they are being forced to use canoes. The reason why, it's not because they can't wade their way around, it's because there are alligators swimming all through the streets. So you can't just walk on through, otherwise you might get, your hip bitten off. So yeah, break out the rafts, break out the canoes, do what you have to so that you don't get eaten by a big old reptile. In Argentina, an 84-year-old man attempted suicide last night. He shot himself 5 times in the head. Did he succeed? No. He also shot himself once in the stomach and he still didn't succeed. By the time the medics got there, he was sitting on a stool, unable to speak, but he was able to at least give gestures about what was wrong with him. At that point, if you shoot yourself 5 times in the head and once in the stomach and you're still alive, I'm sorry, dude, you are destined to stay alive. Unfortunately for this one gentleman in Texas, he doesn't really have bragging rights. There's a doctor who's being accused of exposing himself to an undercover cop. Well, it got all the way to the legal process where before the judge let him go saying that what he exposed was too small to be considered exposure. Well, hopefully they left his name out of the press. In Pennsylvania, there was an 18-year-old who died last night. He was a computer genius. You might have seen his work. He was famous for doing all sorts of Christmas decorations to various music composers via computer. Well, he died last night listening to music on his headphones. Did his ears blow? No. What happened was he was out cold, passed right out, and apparently the cord around his throat slowly pressed more and more and more into his throat that he died of asphyxiation and didn't even know. I tell you, there's something about Britain in movies. I'm not quite sure what it is, but in Britain they are now releasing bulletproof bras for their female officers that work on the front line. I'd like one of those. Come on, got this little Wonder Woman effect. Well, apparently regular old vests push the metal into the women's breasts, and it's actually more dangerous than what a gentleman would have to worry about. So they've now created these wireless bras that are specifically bulletproof for women. Police officers in Germany are already wearing them, and they have them ready for about 4,000 female officers in Britain. And they actually say police in bright letters across the elastic. So I would like to see the fashion show on that display. Humorously enough, if you're ever worried about your dinner attacking you, well, this happened in Italy. A woman was actually going to cut the head off of a chicken that she was going to eat. Apparently, the chicken said, hell no, and lashed out at her. In the process, she freaked out, stepped back, and fell in the pot of water that she was going to cook the chicken in. She had to be rushed to the hospital for 3rd-degree burns. This just goes to show you, sometimes it pays to be a vegetarian. And in Colorado, we've got some just stupid folks. There's always people out there that try to rob in one way or another that you think, duh, what are you thinking? Well, we have 2 guys in Colorado that tried to hold up a convenience store. They did, and they got out. They ended up getting arrested, though, because their disguise just really wasn't so disguising. Apparently, they thought it would be a brilliant idea to wear women's thongs over their face. Well, if you've ever seen a thong or worn a thong, you know that there's only about this much material. So they have that going across their face with the ass part in the rear. Not too bright, folks. Maybe it was sexy, but not too bright. And then finally, my Darwin Award for the day. This is a good one. It comes in Delta Township, where a woman and her sister, they held up a TJ Maxx. They didn't really hold it up. They just went and stole more than $500 worth of merchandise for children. Well, the security officer was trying to catch them. The sister took some pepper spray, sprayed the officer, and then they both took off. Well, apparently, one sister just couldn't run as fast as the other one, and she got pulled over by the cops. And meanwhile, the other one takes off and thinks that it is a brilliant idea to go and hide in a trash compactor. Well, the other sister's being interrogated by the police and refuses to give her sister up about where she went. Well, I bet she's kicking her ass now and wish that she did say something, because while the woman was waiting in the trash compactor, it got turned on. Yes, she got squished and killed in the trash compactor. So folks, it goes to show you that if you're gonna steal something and if you're gonna hide somewhere where you can't get killed. Alright, this is Liberty Freeman giving you the weird facts of the day. Thank you once again for joining me. I'll be talking to you later about your positivity challenge. But until then, if you have any crazy, wacky news that you want to send me or that you just have in general about your area, let me know and I'll let all of you know. Alright, have an awesome day.